Well, hey guys, welcome back, and boy oh boy, what an interesting last few months it has been. If you recall, there is this ongoing situation, this infringement copyright lawsuit with Ethan Klein suing 3 female streamers, Denims, Frogan, and Kaceytron. If you don't know who they are, it's okay, they're not really worth talking about. Denims is just another e-thought, Frogan is the fake fat Muslim LARPer, and Kaceytron is a eternal pothead who can't spend more than 5 minutes without being stoned out of her mind. So the 3 of them combined are a bunch of orbiters of Hasan, the famous dog-shocking, allegedly, pro-Hamas streamer over on Twitch. And these 3 women decided to watch a video that Ethan Klein had put out there and react to it, which again, we all know is legally acceptable. That's fair use. That's fine. But before their streams, they intentionally, deliberately stated, watch it here so we don't give him any ad revenue, so you guys don't give him any ad revenue. Again, that is essentially theft. So that's why he's suing them, because of this. And it's been a very interesting few months because, a lot of people don't really like Ethan Klein. I'm not a fan. I can't stand most of his views, his personality in general. I've never been a consumer of his content. But it is nice to see these people fighting with each other, and in this situation, Ethan Klein is 100% correct. So, Kaceytron recently came out and put a video out there on Twitter, basically saying she needs more money. She tried to settle this. Ethan Klein wouldn't accept the settlement, $17,000 or whatever. He's suing her for, I think a max of $150,000, because that's the max he can get out of this copyright infringement suit. But you can see here from Prime Timer, Kaceytron GoFundMe donations surge as streamer reveals offering Ethan Klein settlement amid financial strain over lawsuit. So it says Kaceytron is providing an update on the lawsuit that accused her of copyright infringement. Kaceytron, whose real name is Casey Cavanis, I don't really care, recounted the immense financial pressure she's under. Her big claim is that she's got all these family members that are all dependents of hers because they're all disabled. Okay. That's apparently her big angle from this is take pity on me for being a horrible, awful human being because of the fact that my family is apparently disabled. At the time, Casey had launched a GoFundMe campaign to pay her legal fees. The campaign has a target set of $250,000. Kaceytron opens up about offering Ethan Klein a settlement. A few hours ago, she posted a video to various social media accounts, and this is, of course, yesterday's article, in which she read out a statement outlining the financial and mental pressures she's been facing as a result of the lawsuit. She says, my intention of this statement is not to blame Ethan Klein or accuse him of malicious conduct, so please refrain from making any hateful posts about him. If he believes he has a copyright claim, he's entitled to pursue it. My intention is to shed some light on the financial strain this is causing me and my family and why I made this settlement offer to Ethan. Long story short, she goes on this fairly long-winded video, but the thing about Kaceytron that you have to understand is this is a person who is vindictive, evil, spiteful, malicious. Basically, anyone who doesn't like her or has a disagreement with her or has a issue with one of her opinions or takes is considered an incel, an involuntary celibate, a worthless man who can't get any women. She calls every human being alive an incel. It's kind of like how most liberal podcasters call, right-wingers of any stripes fascist. So, of course, xQc and Asmongold, 2 massive streamers, have both come out basically denouncing her, saying don't believe her. From xQc, he has this quote saying, don't let the tears blind you, mocks Kaceytron after she cries over Ethan Klein's lawsuit. This is from Times of India, which, given everything going on Twitter, is pretty ironic to use an Indian website, but it's okay, it's whatever. So he says, don't let the tears blind you from how low these people will stoop when they see an opportunity to strike. Also says, when she sees a weak target, she strikes as hard as she can, talking about she took weak shots at him when his ex-girlfriend and him were having some issues. But the more volatile, more potent video that's out there right now is from Asmongold himself, and we'll go ahead and play parts of this so you guys can hear it for yourself.
I cannot afford to fail them. I simply want this nightmare to be over so that I can go back to providing my family with my full support. Ethan?
Don't ever believe any of this bullshit. She is the nastiest fucking person ever. She's so
yeah, language warning, just so you know.
Nasty, so obnoxious. She has no problem bringing up my dead mother, weaponizing her audience against people, spreading lies against people. Nah, you get what you fucking deserve. You do. And if he wins the case, you have to pay for not only all of your legal fees, but you have to pay for his as well. You're going to be fucked for the rest of your life if you lose this. And it's all because of your ego. It's because of your ego. It's because you could never admit you were wrong. You could never engage with anybody in good faith. And now your entire family is suffering because of your ego, your fucking hubris, your, inability to accept anything that you're doing is wrong.
And I think it's important to provide some context. I don't know who ultimately is to blame for everything that's gone on with Ethan Klein behind the scenes, but this is the same group of women with Denims and Frogan and Kaceytron that have had their audience, their viewers, calling CPS on Ethan, trying to get his kids taken away. So again, imagine trying to convince anybody to feel sympathy for this horrible, horrible human being right here.
And you've ruined your life. And everybody's watching.
Since this lawsuit was announced, it has resulted in a barrage of hate and harassment that has been incredibly mentally taxing.
What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. Do you really think that, you regularly, completely lie about people all of the time? Do you really think that they never get harassed by you? You regularly harass and lie about people constantly. But now that it's happening to you, you're the victim. Oh, you're being harassed because of the lawsuit.
What's crazy is that there's people like this out there who, when there's people who are, desperate for money, homeless, living on the street, people who are actually facing real financial troubles, this pothead who sits on her ass, 10 hours a day watching other people's content, saying all sorts of nasty shit about people, fake, true, or otherwise, can somehow raise I think she's gotten close to $100,000 now for this lawsuit. It's insane.
You're doing this all the time. Such an egotistical, woe is me attitude. Consequences.
Hate brigade, like Asmongold, xQc, all of them are going to go.
Hello. Hi. You were right. Oh, man. That's too bad. Of course I'm going to talk about this. I love seeing this. This is the best thing that's happened to me today. Was she the one that said you killed your mom? Yeah. Shouldn't have said it.
And again, she's not being sued because she said that Asmongold killed his mom. However, he probably could sue her for that. I mean, there's some sort of libelous statement there, right?
Shouldn't have said it. And I don't, I know it's obviously a horrible, personal thing to say, a bad thing to say. But, it doesn't personally hurt my feelings. It really doesn't. But I see somebody do that, and I know what they're trying to do to me. And trying to do it is bad enough to me, just by itself. You shouldn't.
Right. So again, just some provided context about how terrible this person absolutely is. So, of course, then you saw Anthony Sargon, no idea who this is. He's part of the Do Not Worry podcast, I guess, saying Ethan Klein dropped the lawsuits. You're ruining people's lives and your own life in the process. Asmongold responded and said, all you do is talk shit about Ethan. Why would he look for your approval? They went back and forth with, of course, Asmongold completely destroying him. Then this person here chimes in, Holly Cannabis. Apparently, this is Kaceytron's sister. Her handle, this is not to have you guys go harass her, this is more providing context, is Anita Dick Down, going by the username Holly Cannabis. So Apple's not falling far from the tree, apparently, if she's actually Kaceytron's sister. Hi, Zach. Casey sacrificed her 20s to take care of our family. We had both of our childhood homes foreclosed on and spent 10 years living with constant housing instability. Well, hey, my parents couldn't even buy a house, so shut the hell up. Our mom, who's deaf, has been trapped with her abuser who stalked her, beat her, and stabbed her 3 times. She probably wouldn't even be alive if Casey had not worked her ass off to buy that house. Our younger sister, who's disabled, was also a victim of that violence. Again, worked her ass off means sitting on her ass taking donations and smoking pot. How many hundreds of thousands of dollars do you think Kaceytron has spent on smoking weed? Just look up, the videos are out there. The woman is perpetually stoned. I was able to leave my own abusive relationship because the stability Casey provided for our entire family. And when our father, who's physically disabled, facing homelessness, had nowhere to go, Casey took care of him also. I know you grew up in poverty, and despite yours and Casey's differences, I find it pretty sad you would ever wish that kind of violence on our family. He didn't wish violence on her. He says, who asked, I don't care, and if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't either. Emotional blackmail to avoid accountability, manipulative and predictable, won't save you. If she was supporting all those people, why would she blatantly break the law and put that at risk? Which is, again, the ultimate question. Kaceytron comes back and says, my sister made a post and is being attacked once again by incels, exclaiming my family deserves to have her home taken because consequences. Please show us some support. It means a lot in the sea of bot farm replies ran by incels. Well, here I am in the replies, Casey. Not an incel. Wife, 3 kids, almost teenagers, live in a house, own my own business. Not an incel, just somebody who finds you absolutely reprehensible and disgusting. But let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comments down below. I think that either way, Ethan Klein wins this lawsuit. So whatever she raises, however many donations she manages to get somehow, those are all going in Ethan's pocket, and good for him. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, take it easy. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.